He goes to the bed where the old nurse lies wasting into death. He grips the edge of her bedding as though to strip naked her hoard of secrets, but she is gone. Nurse Ivy is gone. Eyes sealed, face shriveling, a dribble of black liquid leaking from one corner of her mouth. "She said nothing more?" he asks. "Yes, but it was foolhardy. She wasn't in her right mind. I know nothing of this Frances Elizabeth or a child. Neither does Wilfred, I'm sure of it. He'd have said something. He'd never be party to something like this." "What more did she say?" "Something about the trapper who moved over from the Labrador a year ago, to Lock's Cove in Hare Bay. Ivy kept saying her name, the wife's name, Rowena." She touches his hand gently as he looks at her, his eyes fiercely searching hers for the meaning of her words. "I know nothing more, my dear. I was still living in New York when this must have happened. Wilfred and I hadn't even met." "My mother," he falters the word foreign on his tongue. "She has a granite headstone. There was money." Yes, there must have been. Wilfred, he's never mentioned the grave, the headstone, or the woman's name. Please wait for morning and go talk to him. He loves you like a son. He would never be part of such a thing." Ivy, her brow wrinkles with incredulity. "It's just so preposterous. She must have been rambling, Roan. She must have been. Oh." She looks at him with a sudden thought. "There's something else. She, Ivy, before she died, she whispered something about a drawer. She was very strong on that, gripping my hand." "A drawer?" "Yes, just that. A drawer." He turns to leave, but she catches him at the door. "One more thing. This may be nothing, but the trapper from Hare Bay, he came to see Nurse Ivy a couple of weeks ago. I remember it clearly. She was distraught when he left. Mumbled about the devil having his turn again. Mrs. Grenfell makes a helpless gesture. I'm sure it's nothing, but I did feel that she knew this man. His last name is Willett. I remember it because it's not a name from around here, and I was trying to place it. Roan, I know you'll go there, but will you talk to Wilfred first, in the morning? Promise me you'll talk to him. He'll be upset when he hears of this." Roan gives her a reassuring nod and walks back down the draughty hall with a heavy step that shuts out the rattling coughs and hacks and moans sounding through the thin walls on either side of him. He escapes outside, sucking back cold air as he scans the black lid of the heavens. It is clouded over, not a star or a glimpse of moonlight, always this darkness heralding dawn. He looks at the path leading to the ocean side of the hospital and down the knoll to where Dr. Wilfred Grenfell lives. He hesitates, then turns and goes the opposite way instead, toward Nurse Ivy's small cottage that has sheltered him these past 2 years since he returned from his high school studies in Boston. Too old now for the orphanage, but still an orphan. It was kind of the old nurse to share her home with him those days and nights when he wasn't working alongside Grenfell on his hospital ship. She'd always been kind to him, which makes what she did all the more galling. He shakes his head, still reeling in disbelief at her betrayal. Inside the cottage, he holds a match to the lamp fastened to the wall by a gimbaled bracket. Light flickers onto the scrubbed wooden floor, the black polished stove with wood stacked to one side, the print curtain serving as the door to Nurse Ivy's room. He pushes the curtain aside. A picture of Jesus hangs from a bent nail above a neatly made cot. There's a cabinet with one drawer to the far side of the room and a row of hooks along the wall, thickly hung with clothing. Roan goes to the cabinet, pulls out the drawer, and rummages through a clump of garments. An envelope lies at the bottom. He hesitates, then lifts the envelope to the light, stares at the address, Nurse Ivy Snow, Dr. Grenfell's orphanage, St. Anthony, Newfoundland. The upper left-hand corner reads simply, Williams Wood. The penciled writing is thick and dark, as though inscribed by someone with a heavy hand. He flips the envelope open. It is empty. He looks again at its return address, Williams Wood. He doesn't need a map to know its location. He is well studied in the maps of Newfoundland, of North America.